Hello everyone, good morning students. Dear students, in previous class we revised the chapter perimeter and area, and in that chapter we discuss about the some important concept formula of the area and perimeter of the rectangle of and square, parallelogram, triangle. Okay, and we solve the NCRT exercise. Okay, we discuss all types of question in that chapter. Dear student, today we are going to discuss your chapter comparing quantities, which is very important for you and your examination purpose. Okay dear students, so please concentrate on this topic and see the questions. First of all dear student, in that chapter we discuss about the concept of ratio. In that chapter, first of all we discuss about the topic is ratio. Dear student, the symbol of ratio is just this. If we write a, this is to b, then we read as a ratio b, and the meaning of a ratio b is what? A upon b. Suppose that if we write 2 is ratio 3, then we can write 2 upon 3. This is the concept of ratio. Now we take some questions based on the ratio. In order to discuss some question based on the ratio, let's see. First we discuss about the now one important relation. Just first you remember always 1 kilometer. How many kilometer in 1 kilometer? That is 1000 meter. Okay, how many centimeter in 1 meter? This is you write, you know that's 100 centimeter. How many paise in 1 rupees? Dear student, in 1 rupees how many paise? 100 paise. Okay. Similarly, in one, how many kilogram in 1 kilogram? You know that 1000 kilogram. 1000 gram in 1 kilogram. ठीक है. And how many hours in a day? You know that in a day there are 24 hours in a day. So this is the some important relation which you learn. Okay, and now we take and solve some question based on ratio. Let's see. Now let's see. Find the ratio of, now we take a question. Find a ratio of 3 kilometer to 300 meter. Okay, dear students, in this question we find the ratio of 3 kilometer to 300 meter. Dear student, in finding the ratio we find always the ratio of the similar quantities. Dear student, here 3 kilometer and 300 meter, both the quantities, both the values represent the distance. So always we compare only the same quantity. Okay, this is the length of, this is distance, this is also distance. So we find the ratio, we compare two quantities of the same magnitude. Here this is the same quantity represent. Okay, now look, first in order to solve this question, first of all dear student, we convert kilometer into meter or meter into the kilometer. First of all, in finding the ratio of any two, between any two values of the same quantity, first of all you convert each values into the same unit. So first of all, this is in kilometer and this is in meter, so we convert kilometer into the meter. After that we find their ratio. Let's see. First of all we write 3 kilometer is equal to what? 3 into 1000 meter, because of how 1000 in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters, so we have what? 3000 meter. And second one, thus the required ratio, thus the required ratio is what? 3000 meter upon 300 meter. So meter cancel to each other, so 20 cancel to each other, so we have 30 upon 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 times are 30, this is 10 ratio 1. So the required ratio between the required ratio 3 kilometer to 300 meter is what? 10 ratio 1. So just in this way you can solve each and every questions of your NCRT exercise. Okay, now look, now we take some question based on the ratio. Let's see. We take a question. Let's see. 6 balls cost rupees. 6 balls cost rupees 90. Rupee 90. Okay. 6 balls cost rupees 90. What should be the cost of? What should be the cost of? What should be the cost of 10 such balls? 10 such balls. This is the question here, dear student. Here, let's see. 6 balls cost rupees 90. What should be the cost of 10 such balls? Dear student, in that type of question, we solve in this way. Let's see. Here, what is given? Let's see. The cost of 6 ball. First of all, we write since the cost of 6 balls is what? Rupees 90. Say, therefore, the cost of one ball. The cost of one ball is what? Rupees 90 upon 6. That is the cost of how? The cost of 10 such balls we find, na? Okay, that is the cost of 10 such balls is what? Rupees 90 upon 6 into 10. Let's see. 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, 3 3s are 9, 0, 3 5s are 50, 15. This is 150. Thus, in this way, we can say that, dear student, the cost of 10 such balls is rupees 150. So this is our required answer. So, dear students, in this way, you can solve that type of questions based on comparing the quantities. Now, we take and solve. Now we take your exercise NCERT exercise 8.1, and in that exercise we take some important questions and solve it. Let's see. Let's see some question. We take the exercise 8.1. Okay, we discuss the exercise 8.1, and we take the first question of the exercise. Find the ratio of. Find the ratio of. First part of this question is what? Rupees 5 to 50 paise. Second one is 50 kilogram to 210 gram. 200. Now let's see the first question and solve it. Look, here students, here we take the first part of this question. We find the ratio, the required ratio. Let's see. The required ratio is what? Rupees 5 is to 50 paise. First of all, we write in this way. Let's see, rupees 5 upon 50 paise. Dear student, in finding the ratio of this quantity, first of all, we convert the rupees into the paise. Okay, after that we can find the answer of this question. Let's see. You know that since first of rupees, in 1 rupee there are 100 paise. Okay, so in 5 rupees, 5 into 100 paise upon, this is your 50 paise. Paise cancel to each other, 0 0 cancel to each other, 5 5 cancel to each other. So we have what? 10 upon 1. So the required ratio is 10 is to 1. This is our complete answer. Okay. So in this way, dear student, in finding the ratio of any two quantities, two same quantity of the different values, first you convert each into the same ratio, same units. After that you can solve in this way. Okay, now we take the second part of this question and solve it. Let's see. Second part is what? The required ratio. Let's see. Required ratio is what? 50 kg, okay, upon 210 gram. Dear student, here in this question, first of all we convert the kilogram into the gram. After that we find the required ratio. Let's see. We write as 15 into 1000 gram, okay, upon 210 into gram. Here gram cancel to each other, 0 cancel to each other, so we get what? We get 15 into 100 upon 21. Now let's see, 3 5s are 15, 3 7s are 21. Now we get what? 500 5s are 500 upon 7. So thus the required ratio is 500 is to 7. This is our required answer. Okay. Thus, dear students, in this way you can solve each and every questions of your NCERT exercise based on the ratio. Okay. Now, dear students, we discuss about some questions based on percentage. Let's see. It is clear. It is clear, dear student. Now we discuss some questions based on percentage. Let's see. Now, dear student, first we discuss about what is the percentage. Let's see. First we discuss about the meaning of percentage. Dear student, the meaning of percentage means the meaning of 1% is what? Per 100. Per 100 means 1 upon 100. And dear student, if we have 1 upon 100, then we write 1%. So the meaning of 1% is per 100 means 1 upon 100. This is the concept of percentage. Okay, now dear students, if we divide this, we have what? 0.01. Okay, so this is the other thing. Now means first we clear about the concept. Percentage means per 100 means 1 upon 100, so we can write 1%. Now let's see some questions based on percentage. Now we discuss about the converting the fractional numbers into the percentage. Let's see. Suppose we have a question, write 1 upon 3 as percent. This is the question, and in this question we write 1 upon 3 as percent. Now what I do, let's see. Dear student, in that type of question, if we convert any fraction into the percentage, then first we must be multiply both the numerator and denominator by 100. Let's see, if 1 by 3 here, so we must multiply both the numerator and denominator, and we multiply numerator by the numerator, so we get what? 100 upon 3, and 1 upon 100 right as it is. Dear student, just I discuss about the concept of percentage means 1 upon 100 means 1 what? 1%. 1% means what? 1 upon 100. So we write 1 by 100 as 1%, so we have 100 by 3% or 33 1 upon 3%. This is our required answer. So thus student, in converting the any fractional number into the percentage, first you must be multiply both the numerator and denominator by 100. After that we multiply the numerator into the numerator after, and we can write 100 upon 3, and 1 upon 100 we can write as 1%. So we can write 100 upon 3%, and or we can write 33 1 upon 3. This is the concept to convert any fractional number into the percentage. Now Similarly, we take one more question. Let's see. Your question is convert 5 by 4. Convert 5 by 4 2% to percent. Now let's see. Again, here we must be multiply both the numerator and denominator by 100. So what I get? Let's see. 5 into 100 upon 4 into 1 upon 100, and 1 upon 100 means what? 1%. And here let's see, 25 for the 25 5 is 125 into 1 upon 100 means what? 1%. So we can write 125%. This is our required answer. Okay, thus dear student, we discuss the topic, the converting the any fractional number into the percentage. So in this way, dear student, you can convert any fractional number into the percentage. Now dear students, we discuss the converting the decimal into the percentage. Let's see. Now we discuss the topic convert. Now let's see. Your question is convert the given decimal. Your question is convert the given decimals to percents. 2%. Okay. Now first part of this question is 0.75. Second part of this question is 0.09. Third part of this question is 0.2. Now look. Dear students, in this question we convert the given decimals. Into the percents. No, dear student, in that type of question, first let's see. Same method apply here also. We take 0.05, 0.75. In converting the percentage, we must be multiply both the numerator and denominator by 100. Let's see. Okay, we multiply the numerator, so we get 75, and into 1 upon 100 is left. And we know that dear student, 1 upon 100 means what? 1%. So we can write 75 into 1% as 75%. This is our required answer. Okay, similarly, we take the second part of this question. Let's see here 0.09. Okay, so in converting the any decimal number into the percentage, we just multiply both the numerator and denominator by 100. Let's see. We write this in this way also. Okay, we multiply both the numerator, so we get 9 into 1 upon 100, and 1 upon 100, you know that what is the concept of 1 upon 100? 1%. So we write 9 into 1% is equal to 9%. This is our required answer. Okay, thus in this is the method to convert any decimal number into the percentage. Similarly, we take the and solve the second last part of this question, third part, which is what? 0.2. Let's see, we can write 0.2 into 100 upon 100. We have what? 2 double decimal take one place, 1 by 100, or we can write 20 into 1%. So we have 20%. This is our answer. Thus, dear students, in this way we convert any decimal number into the percentage. Now, dear students, we take and solve the exercise 8.2, some important question of your NCERT exercise 8.2. Let's see, based on the percentage. Look, dear students, we take and solve the exercise 8.2, question number 4. We take the question number 4. Here we find the, let's see, we find 20% of rupees 2500. This is the question here. Dear student, here find 20% of rupees 2500. Let's see its solution. Dear students, the concept of is multiply. Okay, so we write as 20% into 2500. So we can write 20 upon 100 into 2500. 20 cancel to each other. So we have what? 20 into 25. Thus we get what? 20 0 0 25 0 0 25 to the 50. So the required answer is 500. So this is the concept to solve that type of question. The general concept of is just multiply. Now we take the another question of this exercise. Let's see. Let's see next exercise, next question. We take the seventh question of this exercise. Seventh question is what? In a city, let's say in a city, 30% are females. 30% of females. 40% are male. 40% are males, and remaining are children. And remaining are children. What percent are children? Question is what percent are. Let's see its solution. Dear students, in that type of question, okay, here in a city 30% are females. How many females? Dear friends, females are 30%. Okay, males are what? 40%. Okay, and remaining are children. What is the percentage of? So dear students, the required percentage means what? In 100, na? In 100. So here the remaining percentage of children, thus the percentage of children is 100 minus 30 plus 40 means what? 100 minus 40, 30 what? 70. So we get 30%. This is the general solution of this question. Okay. Thus, dear friends, in this way we can solve that type of questions. Here the percentage of children is 10 minus 100 minus sum of the percentage of females and males. Thus, dear student, you can, in this way you can solve each and every question of this exercise based on percentage. Now, dear students, we take the some concept related to profit and loss. Now price related to an item or buying and selling. Question based on buying and selling, which is very important topic of that chapter. Let's see. Now we discuss about the problems based on buying and selling. Dear student, in that topic there are two important terms related to this. First one is cost price, second one is selling price. Cost price, the price at which we buy any cost of any object for which we buy, and selling price, you know that at that this price in at which an article is sold. Dear students, there are two concepts here. If selling price is greater than cost price, then always we get the profit na. So the general formula of profit is what? The general formula is profit is what? Selling price minus cost price. So in this way we can say that if the selling price is greater than the cost price, in that condition we get a profit. Similarly, let's see, if selling price is less than cost price, or we can say that cost price is greater than its selling price, in that condition we get a loss. So we can say that loss is equal to what? Selling price minus, sorry, cost price minus selling price. This is the general concept of cost price and selling price. Okay, now dear students, now we discuss some important formula. If we get suppose a profit percent, the general formula of profit percent is what? Profit upon cost price into 100. Okay, in this formula, by the help of this formula we find the profit percent. If we get, suppose that if we find the loss percent, then we get the formula loss upon cost price into 100. This is the general formula of loss percent, that is loss upon cost price into 100, and profit percent, the general formula of profit percent is profit upon cost price into 100. This is one of the most important formula of that topic. Now we discuss two more important formula of that topic. The most important formula of this, the selling price is equal to cost price into 100 plus profit percent by 100. Okay, and one another formula of selling price is cost price into 100 minus loss percent upon 100. Let's see, dear students, if selling price is given, profit percent is given, in that condition the general formula of selling price is cost price in bracket 100 plus profit percent upon 100. Okay, if cost price is given and loss percent is, cost price is given, loss percent is given, then in that condition we get the form, we write the formula of selling price as cost price into 100 minus loss percent upon 100. Okay, and by the help of this formula we also find the cost price. Let's see, if we write the cost price from there, so we write selling price into 100 upon 100 minus loss percent. Okay, similarly from that formula we get the formula for CP is what? Selling price into 100 upon 100 plus profit percent. So these are the very important formula related to that chapter. Okay, so dear student, by the help of these formula we solve so many questions of your NCERT exercise based on the question buying and selling. Let's see once more time. So we discuss so many formula of that topic. Means one formula is what? Profit percent. Profit percent is what? Profit upon cost price into 100. Okay, we discuss the formula for the loss percent. Loss percent is what? This is loss upon selling price into 100. And another formula is profit is equal to what? Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, and loss is equal to what? Cost price minus selling price. So dear student, today we discuss all the formulas related to your topic, questions based on buying and selling. Now dear students, first you revise and learn all the formulas which we discuss in that class. After that you can solve each and every question in your NCERT exercise. Okay, so first revise all the questions which we discuss in that class. Now in next class we take and solve some question based on buying and selling. Okay, thank you.